Hey, what's going on YouTube? Gonna be doing a quick little video. Gonna give an updated look at my settings, controls, and stuff like that. So we're gonna kind of hop into playgrounds real quick and go over that. I didn't do a video since the most recent update for season 6. I hadn't done a video for it in regards to everything that's been added. A lot of stuff's been changed. So we're gonna give you guys what I think are the best controls and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and load this up. Oh, and just so you guys can see, I use a Switch Pro controller. No paddles, no macros of any kind. It's just the regular controller. And I don't play claw. I used to play claw, but I just kind of don't do it anymore. This is claw for those of you guys that don't know. But yeah. All right. Let's see. I guess as usual, we'll go to it. The only reason why I actually loaded up Playgrounds is because there's certain things in here that are in the update that I actually want to show you guys. So, figured it'd be a better idea to do that first and give you guys a clear look at what's going on. Let me get some mats real quick. Wait, hold up. I want that. Alright, we'll head outside and okay. So real quick before I go into anything specific, let's look at everything that's changed. So a lot happened. They did some extra additions for people who play like on controllers, so console stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and go into settings, and we're gonna look at what those things are. So first things first, you now have edit controls, so you can set those to do like certain things while you're editing, obviously. So now you can change your confirm button to be the same button as your edit button if you're using instant editing. And you can move your reset button if you don't want it to be your right thumbstick, stuff like that. So as you can see, what I did is my select button's still the same. Toggle pickaxe is where it's supposed to be. Everything's pretty much the same. The only thing I changed is my reset button. It's no longer my right thumbstick. I have it set to ZL just because I feel that's easier. So in circumstances, I can be like this. Let me. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that basically is what that's really the purpose for that. All right, but let's go down everything real quick. I'm gonna try to cut through this as quickly as I can. So they also added incremental sensitivities. So now it's at values greater than increments of 10. So now you can be on a 7.5 theoretically, or 7.3, or 7.2, or 6.1, all the way up to 10, which would be, I think, 1 outright. So I have mine on 0.75, which would be equivalent to 7.5. My Y sensitivity is still 0.60 or zero point 0.6, so it hasn't changed. Targeting and scope are both 0.50. At one point, they were kind of like, these were kind of flipping around a lot, but I found 0.50 to just be the most consistent for me personally, so I just kept them there. This one's huge, right? So now you have controller building sensitivity, right? And how that basically works is it's on a multiplier. So let's say you're playing on 7.6, right? Like how I used to, right? So if you're on 7.6, for example, and you have it at 1, then basically it's no change. It would be whatever the default sensitivity is. I have mine at 1.25, so consider it a 25% increase on that multiplier, and you can go up to 2 times. So this is my normal turning sensitivity, and then this is my building sensitivity. So just to give you guys like a better, I guess, like look at it really quickly, here's what we'll put it all the way up to 2 real quick, just so you guys can have like a clear example, right? So this is my normal turning sensitivity. This is what it would be at 2 times. See that? So like I would turn insanely quickly. So that you can do pretty much ridiculous stuff with that. anyways, let me get that back down to normal so I can talk to you guys about the other stuff in here, because I actually just showed you guys something that I'm going to talk about in a brief second. So let's kind of get this back down to 25. There we go. All right, so other than that, as far as Switch is concerned, everything else is still the same. You still have your sensitivities and things like that, motion sensitivity, so on and so forth. You have hidden matchmaking delay. I don't know how long this was here on Switch, but this is just in case you want to, do what Stream Sniper is. It's just going to give you longer queue times. My HUD scaling has changed. I have down to 0.85 just so I have a little bit more screen to work with so I can see stuff. Just shrink the icons down a bit so I can see certain people. It's kind of helped me out a bit. Spectator counts on. Sprint by default still on. Sprint counts is reloading off. Tap to search / interact. I'm actually going to turn on. I've had it off for the longest, but I'm going to start kind of utilizing it just so I can drop things for teammates while I'm reviving them. This is kind of the only purpose for me. Toggle targeting off. Reset building choice. I have that to off. Aim assist is on. Edit mode aim assist is off. This just gives me like more freedom of motion when I'm trying to edit out buildings and stuff like that. Turbo building is on. Auto material change. All this stuff is pretty much still the same. I think here we go. So we're gonna get down to this right here. These two things right here are huge. I have this one particularly doesn't affect me, but I'm gonna show you guys it anyways. So because it's gonna come in, it's gonna be important in a bit. This right here is Builder Pro build immediately, right? So in Builder Pro, right? As you guys can see in Builder Pro, you can do I have this on. My bad. Cool. Let me really quickly. So let's turn that back off real quick so you guys can see what it was like before. All right, so before in Builder Pro, right? You had this where you'd preview your stuff before you built it, right? So basically what this means is you press once to preview it, press twice to place. So let's say you placed a wall and you wanted to place like a floor, right? It has to preview the floor first and then it would build it. So it'll kind of have that little like half-second thing going on where, like you said, like it didn't build right away. So what they've done is, or what they've added for us to make building a little bit easier. Let me put my controls back real quick. So what they've done for us to make things a little bit easier, right? Instead of this, because for example, something like this, you know what I mean, would see how like that double 90 right there is kind of like, it's really bad, to be honest. I didn't get my floors either. That's the worst part. So yeah, like that's like, you see how that is, right? Because it's because of the delay. And again, we're playing on 30 frames, so it's a lot harder for us. Oh man. So you had that as an issue before, right? Like it's not, so 30 frames, obviously, all that going on, it was like a little bit more difficult, right? But now, basically what this does is with build immediately on, all it really does is instead of you being able to preview it, it'll just build the piece immediately. So if I place the floor, wall, whatever, it's just going to build it immediately. And this makes things a lot smoother, especially on Switch, to be honest. Because, like, now, see that? Like, I can do that pretty much with no problem. So, yeah, I mean, is it something that you need on? No. Like, if you're used to things how it is, honestly, it's not as big of a deal, I don't think. But for me, it's a game changer, so I decided to use it. I think it's really good. It makes a huge difference in, like, my personal gameplay. So I personally turned it on. I was, like, reluctant to at first just because I didn't want to get used to it. But I did it, and it made a pretty huge difference. All right, now for one other thing that they changed before I go and show you guys what my actual controls and stuff are. And that was the edit hold time, which I believe is right, where is it? So at the bottom, right? Yeah, right here. Edit hold time. I have it at the lowest setting, which is 0.10. Again, this doesn't affect me because I have instant editing on. So to be completely honest, it doesn't affect me, but I said to myself, in case for any reason, that I decided to go back, you know? Like, yeah. But basically what this does is, let's say for argument's sake that you don't like the custom binds, you don't want to use them, or you can't find a custom binding setup that's like works for you, or even if you just use, let's say you still use hold to edit, right? So let's go to Builder Pro real quick. So let's say you still use hold to edit, you can lower how long it takes. So as you can see, this is pretty much instant. Like this is 0.10. I think it's like a tenth of a second. So while mine is like instant, this is like basically 1/10 of a second. So you'd literally just be editing like, I guess, again, like a tenth of a second slower than I would be. So I mean, for people who like basically like hold to edit, this is super huge because you can still do everything you want to do. Oh, that's right. I can't because I have it on Builder Pro. Cool. So yeah, that's basically what that's for. Those are the big changes, honestly. I like them. I think they're good. But I have certain setups that I already use already, so for me, it's not the biggest thing in the world. So going back to my controls, this is basically what they are. This is what my layout is. Aim down sights, shooting, all that stuff is still the same. Only thing that's changed here, again, is sprints left on the D-pad. I just double tap it for auto sprint. Squad comms is back because they have emote and replay your emote on the same thing. You just hold down now and it'll replay your last emote, and then you can press down to pick emotes. My left thumbstick is still jump, just so I can jump shot people easier. Because again, I don't play claw, so I don't use my index finger to jump while aiming. I don't know, it's uncomfortable for me at these, like nowadays. So not a thing that I'm going to be doing. Map is minus, inventory is still up. Toggle pickaxe is still where it's supposed to be. Reload is the same. My A button, which used to be switch modes and edit, is now just edit. And then my B button, which used to be jump, is now switch modes. And then my right thumbstick is crouch and repair. And then my build controls, same process. Everything is still the same. Y rotates, repairs, and changes my traps. Edit and switch mode is still the same. And my right thumbstick is trap picker, just so I can, like, you know, spam traps a lot faster. I just think it's really good for that. Because, again, I'm not playing claw, where I would be able to just do it, like, the other way. And then jump is still left on thumbstick. And I already told you guys my edit controls earlier. ZL is to reset, and ZR is to change things. And I can crouch with the right thumbstick. So that's pretty much it for that, you know? I'm moving way too fast for my own good. Yeah, so that's basically what it is. For me, I find these controls to be really good. I think it works a lot if you're someone who doesn't want to invest the time in learning to play claw, if you don't already play claw, things like that. Like, I think it's really good for those kinds of situations. You know what I mean? Because I don't expect everybody to obviously sit down and learn to play claw. Like, again, I am not someone who is like, I never thought people had to play claw. I used to play claw because I played Halo a lot and I played claw back then. But like I said, for me, it just has become a little bit uncomfortable over long periods. So that's the only reason why I don't do it anymore. But yeah, you have instant building. Like I said, this is really good. The only thing about instant building is it's going to take you a little bit to get used to, because if your timing is accustomed to how it used to be, it's a little bit faster. Like, so you kind of got to just get used to that timing. But other than that, you're pretty much good. And in case you guys didn't know, in the most recent update, you can, you can deploy your glider at virtually any point now. I think you have to just be 10 meters above the ground, and you can deploy your glider. So as long as you're 10 meters up, you can deploy your glider and redeploy. It's pretty sick, but you guys probably already know that already. But yeah, that's pretty much what I think for controls right now. Like, nothing too crazy, you know? For the most part, if you guys saw my last video, everything's still the same. It's just a few little changes here and there. I know some people are interested in everybody's different like control layouts and want to try different things, see what works for them. Like I said, I think the biggest thing on here for me is just switching left thumbs to the jump. It's kind of weird now because like I don't really see myself going back just because I have the ability to jump shot people and I don't have to. Again, I don't have to play claw. I don't have paddles. Like I have the same level of like I think dexterity in my opinion. I have like the same dexterity and speed that like someone with paddles or someone who plays claw would have without me having to actually play claw. So yeah, or having to buy a scuff controller, which they don't make for Switch anyways, so that was out of the question. My only other alternative was to play claw. Um, Really quickly though, before I cut this video, I'm actually gonna be getting a controller from a friend of mine. There's a new controller, I believe, from PvP that came out. Basically, it has macros on the back, so it's kind of like a scuff in that aspect. And I'm gonna try it out, see how I feel about it. If I like it, I'll probably do like a review or something and give you guys my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, you know, drop a follow, subscribe to me here on the channel. You can ring the bell so you can get all the notifications and the updates. Check me out on Twitch and follow me on social media. Yeah, guys. It's been Hunter, and I'm out.